I'm just kidding. But no, he's been ill. I don't know what's wrong with him. But I hope he's all right. I mean, he's a good friend and colleague. He, but I think he's young. He's like 30, 28, so he's young. He can handle it. But so I produced the morning show. So anyway, all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Southwest Florida Net. My name's Ian Hicken and KO4EFS. And joining us in a few minutes here will be my co-host KM4OVZ Joseph, and I also have our regulars here, Chris and Dave and Rick, and Dave and Scott and Smiley Face. Welcome back, Smiley Face. Glad to see you back. You can put your name in there; it won't hurt nothing, but that's cool either way. All right, and let's see here. I just wanted to let everybody know that it's an interesting evening here. I'm a little wired tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I produced. Oh, K4NRD.
You're making me think of an old Air Force roommate. He used to kid me about my ham radios and say, all those talking boxes. I never saw so many talking boxes.
And document for W's.
I like talking boxes. No, that was Sarnet. I had Sarnet on. Oh. Star Trek came on at 8 o'clock, so we have to see which episode it is. Oh, it's The Ultimate Computer, one of my top 10. All right. All right, let's see here. You guys know H&I has Star Trek all night, 5 nights a week. It's great. And it's free. It's on your antenna if you don't have cable. All right, anyway, let's see here. All right, so what happened this week? I still got the newsletter out. I still managed to get things out. It's probably not.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. I didn't get a newsletter.
You didn't.
No.
Everybody should have got one.
I got one.
I got one.
Oh,
Check your spam folder.
I must have pissed you off again. No, it usually comes through. We weren't talking about roundabouts last week, were we?
No, if I was going to block you, I'd have just sent you something really nasty.
Maybe you just put the Dave filter on.
You haven't got yourself in trouble with the thought police, do you?
Yeah, could have. I'm just looking in my spam and junk folder. No.
I've probably been blocked somewhere. I don't know, but I can make sure you get it.
Yeah, don't send it to the club one. Send it to my. Hang on. No, I definitely haven't got it.
Well,
I was thinking the middle of the afternoon because what I do, I use it to launch Zoom.
Right.
And I was thinking, you must have been sick or busy, or maybe you had terrorists in the street or something.
Well, let's just see here. I'm in here now. Let me pull this up and let me see if it'll let me forward it to you. How's your email start?
With an S.
Okay. give me a couple more letters.
L O W.
No, I don't see you coming up. All right, I'll have to find you. I will send it to you though. I don't know what happened, but it does say it went out.
Can I PM you on this? I can't, can I?
You can send me a message in a chat. Is the only thing I think you can.
Yeah, but everybody can see the chat, can't they?
Yeah, you can do it privately, I think. But I'll get you the email. It's not a big deal.
Worry.
Yeah,
don't worry.
we'll
We're
get that
good.
to you. So I got a request for help tonight, and the person that's requesting the help may not even be in, but I want to go ahead and put this up so that we can look at it, and then he's going to come back and watch it. So I figured we'd go ahead and make this first. This comes from Alex out on Sanibel, and WA4WDV, and he basically has a friend that has a really unique question. So what I'm going to do, I think I'll just share this screen so you guys can see the email. This is basically the email. I just got this from a New Hammond, Indiana. Anyway, he said he looked into his repeater club and they plan on attending the meeting anyway. Um, the 70 centimeters allows up to 450 megahertz. The LMR radio from his dad he got from a pawn shop somewhere. Anyway, it's got a programming cable. It's ready to go and everything, but it goes from 450 to 520. I assume it's because it's used for business previously. Is it legal for me to use the LMR right exactly at 450 megahertz for TX and RX? And would that be the only frequency that would cross between the two radios? Are you guys familiar? If I at first blush, and I'm going to let you guys answer it because you know a lot better than me. At first blush, I would probably say no because you would need to operate within the band, not.
Yeah.
If you're on frequency, then half of your signal is outside of the band.
Yeah, more.
I don't mean to be overly technical, but let's be technical. What do you guys think? Let's get some thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, if we knew what it was, it could probably be reprogrammed.
Yeah, it's
I think that's the
possible.
solution too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that what he's running up against is a software limitation, and it's hard coded in the software he's using. However, if he used something else, he might be able to move the radio down below 450 megahertz.
Or there may be jumpers or something in there too. I don't know. He doesn't say what kind of radio it is. Yeah, the other person, go ahead.
That was did you get the little chat in there? Scott is the one who posted that, I guess, the question.
Oh, okay. Good. Scott, you can come in if you want, and or we'll read in the chat and let me know if he chats. Do you have the model number of the radio? Because
yeah,
maybe
it's in the chat. I'm just going to look it up.
Okay, Dave's looking it up. These guys know a lot more about this than me, but what I'm thinking is we got to get those limits changed and make that a ham radio.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
I am muted. It's a Kenwood TK8360H.
8360H.
I got like the manual with it. Like the manual actually has like all the circuit diagrams and everything in there. So if I knew what I was doing, I might be able to turn the limit off, I guess.
That's a programmable radio right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, that's programmable. You may need. You see, it'll go from 400.
Wait a minute. It says general features 25, 45 watts, 400, and 470. Well, it may depend on the model. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. This is the business model, but it shows that it will do it.
Yeah.
It just depends on what the restriction is, isn't it?
So in the software, I can change the 450 to 400 to 470, but when I try to use a channel within those frequencies, it just emits like a low pulse. Like all I hear is a beep, like it's like you said, like a software lockout of those.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You might have to get it opened up. Somebody knows what they're doing can most probably defeat that, because they don't want somebody that's in the commercial world to program it for ham frequencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a ham can use a commercial radio on the ham frequencies. We're not allowed to take a ham radio and use it on the commercial frequencies because it's not FCC type accepted for that.
Okay.
But in this case, this one was made and designed and tuned for the commercial frequencies. And if all you're doing is opening up the software, you might get away with it.
But it's probably able to receive. It might be able to receive out of its designated band, but it won't be able to transmit. You need to, usually it's kind of like a bunch of diodes. You have to kind of disconnect one or two and reconnect a couple of others.
Or it may be a jumper or something like that.
Yeah, because it's an older machine, so it's probably not.
It looks like the TM
more firmware controlled.
40 megahertz model.
And on some of those, when they make one that's wide banded, they put the components in it for one band or the
Yeah,
other.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
You know,
yeah,
so-
it's,
so
it's
you
a
run into
commercial
that problem.
device, so.
So, but you know, and then if you do get it where it will work, you're opening yourself up for intermod if you ever use it for a base radio with a tall antenna in a busy city. You have all the ham band and all the commercial band trying to come down the throat of the radio.
Oh, okay.
It may not like that too.
You know,
It's definitely been an interesting project for me to work with and learn the software and everything like that. But just getting it from where my dad got it, it seems like it wouldn't be very much use for me on the ham bands.
well, it depends. You know, if you can get it to go into the ham bands for poking through the internet to find out what you've got to do to modify it.
The other thing is, have you looked for, or do you have access to the service manual for that particular radio?
I do. I
Okay.
do. I got the whole circuit diagram.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I would be willing to bet you that in there is some information in there on how each, it's probably set, they probably have 2 or 3 models, and they probably indicate a schematic difference between those 2 or 3 models. And it's probably a matter of programming the radio to go in the other range.
Just disconnect. Well, I've been trying to read about it online and learning about the different things they use to unlock those kind of things. It's been a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
Well, let me offer you another suggestion. It's outside the box. I believe that radio is within the GMRS band. For $35, you can get a GMRS license that you and your whole family can use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
that
can
may be an option for you
GMRS.
because I'm not sure if they're type accepted or whatever, but a lot of your Chinese ham radios will work the GMRS frequencies. And if you've got a GMRS license and that radio works on GMRS, the neat thing about GMRS is anybody within your camping group or within your family or it's there with you using your radio can use that frequency as well without their own call sign. So GMRS licensing is actually something you might want to look into. It's pretty cheap, $35 for 10 years.
I will. I'm just a technician, so I'm not too deep in knowing everything yet, but it's definitely been a fun for me to learn. So thank you guys for your help.
Okay, I
Hey,
found one
we're here
thing.
every Friday, man. We want to help you
We're here
anytime
every
you have a
Friday.
problem.
Come back and tell us how it goes.
Yeah,
I will.
look,
No.
I will.
that radio is produced as an amateur band radio, and it's called the TK7160H. So they replaced the 83 with a 71, and it's the same radio physically, and it's in the same group. So I'm guessing that it may be more of a firmware hardware update, because there is another model which is the 7360 as well as the 8360.
So you think it's a possibility I could flash the 7000 firmware onto the 83?
You may be, but it may be as Dallas was saying, it may be that they change a few discrete components to restrict the bandwidth, because that's an awful large bandwidth to cover, which means, you know, you're not going to get the same gain. And if your model, although you've put the software in there, the hardware may still be listening primarily a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So you want to move, I'm guessing here, but, you know, looking at what I can find online, it looks, you know, I mean,
you know, if you're talking to a local repeater and you're doing it from a base antenna, your receiver could be as deaf as a post. But you're still gonna pick up that local repeater.
Okay.
And if your transmit power is you know 50% of normal, hey, that's still more than an HT. That local repeater's still gonna hear you.
yeah.
So for the price that you paid for it, it's worth playing with. And then the whole time you're playing with it, you're learning something.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing of the hobby, is to learn something.
Yeah, the other thing is you may be able to, well, there's a forum It's called forums.mygmrs.com. And there's a general discussion in there about that TK8360H being used in that band as GRMS. So it is usable, may not be usable in the amateur band without some mods, but it might be worth, there's a lot of comments in there, so it might be worth digging through there.
Okay. Where was that at again?
It's forums.mygmrs.com.
I'll check that out. Thanks again for you guys' help.
Yeah.
I'll hang out.
Hey, anytime, man. Anytime. And if you have any questions, we are not stuck on formalities here. You just turn your mic on and go, hey, guys, I got a question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
we're curious as to what's going to be the solution.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. If we can't help you, then you have to come back and tell us what you finally did to get it going.
Yeah.
Because we need to be schooled. All
Yeah,
right. Well, I guess
currently that radio is going from anywhere between $155 and $222 of interest.
Well, speaking of going for, I'm just wanted to give an update on the new supercomputer that we're building for this broadcast, and this new computer is well, most of it is on the way. I've been getting paid for jobs and been moving the money, and it's taken time to get everything ordered. I just ordered the processor this afternoon, $400 and something, $415.34. Yes. I'm going to be able to calculate the distance between here and SETI Alpha 5 with this thing, okay? There's not going to be a problem. So I got that on the way. It should be here Monday. I got the 1 terabyte hard drive on the way. Should be here Monday. Or no, it should be here on Sunday. And then on Sunday, I also have the power supply, the cooler, and then Tuesday, the box, Wednesday, the motherboard, and by the end of next week, I should have the entire thing. I should be building it. And Joseph and I are talking about possibly building it and installing everything on it and doing it on the net next week. So,
okay, so we should be looking for smoke towards the end of next week then.
Yes, I even have an HDMI capture card so that we can actually capture the one screen. We're going to hook one screen up while we turn it on for the very first time. So you guys will be there to see that. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a supercomputer. I don't know. I've never had the best computer. This laptop's the best computer I've ever had, and it's been a good computer. But it's just not a supercomputer. I want a computer to where I can do whatever I want to do. I've got 7 or 8 different video feeds that I need to feed into it, but I can only normally feed 1 or 2 or 3 at a time because of the issues that the computer has, you know, with bus rates and so on and so forth. So with this new one, I won't have any problem with bus rates. I can tell you that. I doubt I'll have any problems with anything. But anyway, so all that's ordered. I've got one last component. I ran out of money that was available. Tomorrow I'll have some more, so I'm going to order the last part tomorrow. You know, when you cash checks from businesses and from clients, they all take days to clear, and they all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting for these checks to clear so that I can get my stuff. But tomorrow I'll buy the last piece, and the video card and the RAM is the last piece. And we're thinking about going ahead and going with 64 megs of RAM or 64 gigs of RAM.
Oh, wow.
Because I just with a processor that big, I want to make sure everything else can is big as well. So, yeah, I don't care. I had several people leave me comments after the last net. Man, that's overkill. You guys are doing. Oh my God, that's overkill. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. I did the same thing. I spec'd it out. Let me see, I think it was Saturday night. I didn't have a great weekend, but I'll tell you about that later. Looking at, with all those cores and everything else, I kind of spec'd it out and came out a lot closer to $700 for, a reasonable whatever you would call home machine, nothing, a capable machine, but nothing, not a supercomputer. So it was very good. I'm planning on building one, but I'm not sure when. Like you, I'm suffering a little bit here.
Yeah, well, we won't get into why, but anyway, yeah, I'm just I just got a few jobs finished up, as you guys know, and I'm able to finally do this stuff. I even bought that little red beacon to go up on top of my tower. I've got my hex beam all taken apart over here, and I've got money put aside that I'm going to be taking to Home Depot, and I'm going to buy a new mast. I want to buy the right size metal pole to go on it. I'm going to do it right. And
those mosquito planes must be flying awful low if you feel like you've got to put a light on your tower.
Yeah, I think I do. No, it's actually an idea Joseph gave me. He put one on his, and I'm like, that's a cool idea. I'm only up 40 feet. It's not like anybody's going to hit my antenna. I got trees higher than that, 3 houses down. But I don't know. It's just cool, And also, my buddy's a pilot with the sheriff's department, so I'm going to tell him, hey, the blinking tower's me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It does rotating, it does beaconing, it does all kinds of stuff. So, and it's $15. So it's not like it's broke the bank or anything like that. So, but I got that.
And it will act as a warning to all the. I don't want to call them low lives, but some of the visitors that you've had in the past year.
Yeah, well, I've got, this is not a great neighborhood, The good news is I own my home and I don't have an HOA.
Yeah.
And I can put an antenna anywhere I want. And if my neighbor doesn't like it, he might find one sticking out of him somewhere. But
here, pal, bend over.
And we will have it on video.
That's right.
That's right.
We'll end up like our friend a few weeks ago with the pins.
I'll tell you guys the poorer people you live around, the nicer your neighbors are, and the less trouble you have with them. Absolutely. Now, I'm not talking about the random guy walking down the road that runs from the cops and then runs through my yard. That happens. But I found that I do. I live in I wouldn't call it a poor neighborhood, but it's not a great neighborhood. But I love all my neighbors. I lived in a typical 3-2 white bread neighborhood for years, for many years, and I lived in a condo with people all around me, and I never knew any of my neighbors. I live here. I know all my neighbors. We all look out for each other. We're all friends. We all fix each other's camera systems. But anyway,
I got video here. I wish my next door neighbor had taken a video. On July 4th, he had an issue with some teenagers came up and they were setting off fireworks in the park across the street from us. Well, this guy does these seawall construction things. Mm-hmm. So they kind of smart-assed him, so he pulled out a quarter stick of dynamite and set it off in front of them. And they didn't stick around very long after that. I mean, that was boom. I heard it too. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh my God.
I wish he'd have gotten a video of it. That would have been as good as the one with your running friend with the berries showing.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean twig and berries?
Twig and berries, yeah.
So what are they going to do with the hole in the ground now, Rick? What are they going to do with the hole in the ground from the dynamite?
I don't know. Well, we got a construction zone out here anyway, so it's probably not even noticeable.
Yeah.
They're putting that pipe through that's going between Fort Myers and Cape Coral. We're sending them our water, so they're going to use for irrigation and all that stuff. I guess they got more.
Rick's in that new Fort Myers program where they try to make your neighborhood nostalgic, like in the past.
Yeah.
And they're making his look like Beirut, 1996.
There you go. But by golly, nobody can see my my hex beam right now.
Nobody can see your house right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's go around and see who's got what's going on out there. Does anybody have anything they're working on right now? And these are where the crickets start.
Well, no, if you're interested,
I am.
Remember last week we were talking.
Yet.
Yeah, the last week we were talking about the speaker stand tripod for the mast. I have taken a bunch of photographs of mine to show you all. I mean, I can't. Oh, it's dark. I can kind of show you, but let me see if I can.
That's pretty cool. It's a picture of you, then inside the picture of you is a picture of you, and then inside the picture of you, there's a picture of you.
I know, I'm trying to cure that. Inside, see over there is a mirror.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah, there's a mirror there. So this camera here is looking at me and looking at the mirror, and I don't know how it all gets back to that camera, because if I cover it up, it's still there.
All I know is if you get enough mirrors looking at each other, the ghosts come.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And actually, I keep touching it just in case there's somebody inside looking at me.
There you go. You got to let them out.
You go and talk something else, and I'll dig out the pictures because I'm having trouble again.
Okay. In the business, we call this Phil.
Phil. Yeah.
Phil,
yeah.
Phil,
Get Phil
Phil.
on.
Phil.
Yeah. Call Phil.
Phil.
If all else fails, call Phil. Because for some reason or other, my pictures aren't showing.
All right. Well, I do want to say this. The solar. We've had some solar stuff going on this week, and I can talk about that real quick. We've got. Let me get this. Take your time, dude. Seriously, take your time. It's all good.
I found them now. So.
All I was going to say real quick while he's getting that going is they're beating the projections here. Look at this. The solar flux just keeps on rising. We're at crap. Where's it at on here? 130. No, whatever. Whatever. It's look, it's way up here. It's 160, 170.
70 something.
Yeah, it's solar flux 171. I don't know where I missed it. Yeah, so solar flux is 171, way up here. They had predicted it to be down here, so it's kind of beating predictions right now. And this line here is your geomagnetic field. We want the red line to be as high as we can get it, and we want the blue line to be as low as we can get it. Right now it's at 3. We really want this down here where the geomagnetic field's really quiet, but yet the solar flux is really high. That's the best for radio. And right now the KP index is 3. Early this morning it was a 1. And but yet the radio didn't seem that good. So it is what it is. Just thought I'd put that out there. Let's go back to Dave now for his report.
Okay. Right, let me go here and go there. And there we go. Can you see that? Yeah, you can.
Yes.
So this is the $31 tripod that you can get. I paid $5 for this, honestly. And basically it's in 2 sections. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. This here, you can see my mouse. I made a big mouse. This here is an addition. Normally it's like that. So this is the bottom. So I put a little hook in that. Now I can hook it down to a peg on the ground, but I can also put kind of a wire to get it balanced out. As you can see, on stage stands. And they're probably the same as you've got.
I like them. Yes,
top.
They're great.
Yeah, this is the top. And as you can see, it's kind of swayed in. Now, this diameter across there is 1.5 inches. Now, there are a bunch of masts made by Buddy Pole, Gigaparts, DX Engineering, and then a bunch of, I'm 90% sure they're all made by the same company. But there is a bunch of other companies making them. And this thing is not huge. So what you can do is this section goes inside and you get this pen that hangs off of here. And you can go in. You see, I've marked mine red so I don't pull it all the way out. But well, there you go. So now there's the regular mast that I've just bought. It's 1.5 inches in diameter. I drilled that hole there that you'll see. It comes with this one, but you'll see why I've got that hole in a moment. I tried to get my feet in it to give you some idea. It's not huge. It's 18 feet. And I bought this one from Buddy Pole, but you can buy them, as I say, and they're all, you know, $100 plus. They're not expensive. For, you know, and they're well made, and they're 18 feet. So, and that's the top. You can see the different sections. Each one of these is a section. You unscrew that and it comes up. This is the same thread as the Versity on the Buddy Pole, but you know, you can see, you can add anything you like to those. It's not, you know, I've got a little T-piece that screws on the top for making a dipole, and I use it for a million different things. There it is in the normal state that we would see it. And as you can see, there's a couple of sections up, and it's pushed down inside the stand. Oh, I know. Okay, now this is a lot of money, but it's worth every penny. These two pieces fit together around the mast. So you can put these are for your guy ropes to guy it.
Oh,
See, this is the other side. This is the top. So you've got these two pins. They're both identical. The pins go in these holes. So you push them on the mast, and I can show you, there you go. You push them on the mast, click them together, and they spin, but you don't have to take your mast apart to put them on.
Right.
You can just put them. These are made by a company called Master Works or something. But that's really cool. I'll go back to that in a minute. Here it is on the mast. Not a very good photograph. There's a better photograph of it on the mast.
You just need Joseph to print that for you.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but it's got to be really strong because you're pulling it. I thought about that, but some of the 3D printed things I've seen. But yeah, I mean, I'll loan it to him if he can do a 3D scan of it or something. And because basically you can't buy them on their own, but it doesn't matter. You have to buy them, the guys, and it comes with 3 pegs. So basically it's a kit and it's $45. But you know, sometimes I don't mind paying a lot of money for something if it does the job perfectly, and it really does. And you'll see in a minute. That's one hand. You see, it just pushes on, then the other one clips on. So you know, I don't know if you've tried this with masts, but putting guys on a mast are a nightmare. You know, and this was an easy answer. There you go. This is the two that pop together.
You can spin the mast if you got a directional on it.
Yes.
While that's on it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Without moving your guy wires.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it's as I say, it's probably twice what it's probably worth, but you know, it solves the problem.
You could also make it out of marine plywood.
Yeah, you could, but in 2 halves, and then you have to screw them together.
No,
Because these two just push together.
you can make that same kind of. You can make that same kind of a thing with dowel rod.
Yeah, with dowels. I was thinking about that with wooden dowels and stuff. Yeah, you could quite easily, but don't forget you got these little flanges that stop them moving. Both of them
You don't need those
identical.
phalanges.
Little flanges.
You don't need that.
Well, you do. It stops them from pushing over onto the, because this locks them in. See this.
If you had more dowel rods on opposite corners, so that you'd have the 2 slots so that you could just slide them on, turn it. What's that? 120
Yeah,
degrees?
you would.
And then
Yeah, I guess if you had more slots, but then again, taking it apart, because these are a tight fit and they come apart with just 4, but with 6, I'm not sure. You can only have 2 more anyway, because you know these 2 are on this side, those 2 on that side. So you could put 2 on that side, unless you made it 4 and then put the guys in. Yeah, there's a load of things, but this is.
And then once you put whatever you're going to do for the guys, that stops them from spinning and sliding
Yes.
around. And
Yeah.
so,
I mean, it's well thought out of. It's really well designed. And I'll show you in a minute how the guys fit. That's another thing that's really cool. But again, you could do it with wood anyway. So not quite sure why I included that picture. Oh, maybe because of the name. But anyway, here is the way the guys are fitted. This is fitted to the end of the guy, and that just pops up through it, and you'll see I've got the next picture. Oh, that's, yeah, this is a piece of plastic. I'm not quite sure why my photography is so bad, but as you can see, this lies straight so it goes through the hole, and then you can flip it, you know, over. So, and it holds really nice and tight, really easy. That's the other thing, is this is so quick to put together. Now you can see the two halves have made a perfect collar around the mast. You can see those two pieces there. They're the same on both sides, because obviously you've got the one underneath.
Except you got it on upside down.
No.
No, pulling your leg.
Yeah, you can put it on.
They're
Yeah,
symmetrical.
you're right. Anyway, so the other thing you can do with this is actually the expandable mast. As you can see, I put a hole in it. So I put quite a bit down inside of there. And then I put the pin through that. And then I put this on the top of the speaker stand. So this is 6 feet high. So my 18-foot mast has now become 24 foot, because this extra section and that section make it doable. And it's just 2 holes you have to drill. So, you know, it's
Is this whole thing made out of aluminum?
All out of aluminum, yeah.
Well, so have you loaded it up on the ham
Oh,
bake?
yeah, I've used it a bunch of times. Yeah, this isn't new.
Do you use it as a mast, or do you use it as an antenna?
I use it, no, just as a mast. I don't use it as an antenna. I put a Buddy Pro, what's it called? A Buddy pole? No, Buddy pole at the top. Sometimes use a Buddy stick. Sometimes I put just a dipole, you know, going off on certain bands. I've put verticals on it. I've done a bunch. This bit is relatively new because what I used to use was painter poles. I had like a 8-foot painter pole that expanded to about 18 feet. And that also will fit inside of there. But the trouble is, you can't take it up and down to do adjustments. You've got to lie it down, because, you know, this goes up and down. I like this because it goes up and down. So basically, in very few, not long at all, you can have this thing down, I don't know, maybe a minute, not even. You can have it down, you can make adjustments. If you're familiar with the Buddy pole system, I mean, it's a great antenna. It's an offset center fed dipole. It's got really good bandwidth for a dipole. It's really good for portable, and it works. The coils are halfway down the legs, the radiators, if you like. So it's kind of like a center-fed dipole. I guess it's a bit like, you know, a crushcraft beam with the coils in the middle of the arms, which increase the bandwidth. So basically, once you've got it set, you can leave it there. Well, we can have a look at that later. You can find them on
Someone's
the web.
asking, is it tall enough for a dipole? I assume they mean like a long wire dipole. Yeah.
This goes up to 24 feet now. So with all these extensions, plus the 6 foot for the thing, it goes up to 24 feet. Now, obviously, that's going to be more efficient or effective at the higher frequencies. Basically, for a dipole to work, it needs to be kind of a quarter wave in the air, a half wave if you can do it. But basically, a dipole needs to be quarter wave above the ground. So quarter wave at 10 meters is only 2.5 meters. So a half wave at 10 meters is only 5 meters, 15, is only like 18 feet. So this thing at 24 feet is fine. And you can make it an inverted V, or you can tie it to a tree or put up another mast. You know, I mean, I could put up, I've not done it, but I could quite comfortably put up the painter pole. I'm thinking of getting another one of these, and maybe two, because, and I use buckets sometimes, you know, a bucket full of sand or water hooked at the bottom to keep it stable. And then the ties where I'm not allowed, because some parks that you go to, they don't want you sticking pegs in the ground. They don't want you damaging the ground. So I take buckets, you know, painter's buckets with the lid on, and half fill them with water. You know, those things are about 30 pounds. So they're not, you know, this mast weighs nothing. So you can pull it over. That's the sways where it joins together. So this is the old part in the middle that the speaker normally fits on, and that's the new. You can see it's a perfect fit. This is the mast, this is the old part of the stand. I don't know why I took that one. And then see what I do with the hook is I've got this double pulley system goes out. So I always put the pegs in the same place. Now that might sound to you a bit anal, but what it does mean is I can find my pegs. Because if it all comes apart, you know, when you're taking it apart and you look, you think, oh shit, I've only got one peg. As long as you know where the center of this was, you can pull the two out. So basically I pull one out and put the peg in, and then the other goes across to the other peg. So I've got three, there's two pieces of string effectively, or one piece in there. And it's bright orange so I can find it. And there it is all disassembled, if you like. This is it down, and that's it packed up. Not very, you know, this comfortably goes in the back of in the trunk, or goes in the, you know, the station wagon, SUV. It's
What's
fine.
under the tarp?
A 1970 MGB.
Ah, nice.
I've had that thing for years. At the moment, she's not exactly in great condition. I rebuilt the engine completely to three winters ago. And I did do a lot of body work to it like 10 years ago, but really it needs, I'm not even, I don't know. It needs kind of, it's not a show car. I use it as a daily car, but I haven't used it in a daily car since last October because I've got a few problems and I haven't been kind of well enough to get it going. So you can see it's not very tall. An MGB is just about middle, just above your waist at that height. So anyway, this is what we were talking about last week. So I shot off these few shots this afternoon to, and it works. You see this piece here, you can just put a painter's pole straight into it because they're the same diameter. Well, they're a lesser diameter, but they've got like a rubber bung at the bottom of them, and they go in it. So, and I don't think I've got pictures. Oh, I may have. Let me go back here a bit. I've got pictures with it up in use, in anger. If you want to look at any of the pictures again, just give me a shout. Hang on, I'll tell you what, let's do this better than this. Yeah, there it is in anger again, but with this fancy 2 meter. This is interesting. This is a 6 meter antenna. It's driven on both ends. It's only a 2 element, and the German company designed it, and it's driven on it's got a direction. It's directional. They say it's got 6.5 dBi gain. I don't know whether it has, but okay. I'm just going to find. No, not there. I was going to find photographs with it in use, but I'll find those in a minute. They're in a different album. There's nothing else with it. This is a matter of interest. This is what I've been using, converting a lot of things to these little, you know, you buy this kit for $19. They're 850 milliamp, 3.2 volt batteries. This is the charger. Charges off the USB. Oh, that's yeah, there it is. Kind of cool. So what I do is I use 3 of those where I need 9 volts, or 2 where I need, or 4 where I need 12 or whatever. You know, I've been doing a lot of these. Shouldn't have done that, should I? On top of my prescription. Well, there you go. So you see there's one battery that I've been using, and the others, I kind of discharge the batteries just to see how good they are. $19, you get the charger, all 3 batteries, and these little conversion cables. It's kind of cool. From your best
That is
Amazon
cool.
person. All right, so there you go. Let me just unshare.
All right.
Stop sharing. There we go.
All right. Well, there you go. I appreciate that, Dave.
Okay, no problem.
And I got to tell you, I like that pole. I really do. And I have two of those exact stands. And I backed into one in the yard this week and broke one of the legs off of it. So it's now over here on the workbench, and I'm going to be drilling it out and putting new bolts in it this weekend. It's funny because just last week I thought those were over $100 a piece. They used to be over $100 a piece.
Yeah.
And then we heard you told us that, hey, look, these things, they've gotten a lot cheaper, 30, $40, and you can get one. And then 3 days later, I back into mine in the yard and break the leg off of it. So I'm like, well, yeah, $35, no big deal.
Actually,
But,
I think you can buy them for like 20 something now.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Or
You know, and I mean, they're strong because I mean, those,
They are very
you know,
strong.
when you've
They're
got a
built
DJ
well.
doing, you know, those speakers are 50, 60, even more, and those things hold them up. And, and
Yeah,
those
and you got
clamps,
to, and it's not just the weight of the speakers, it's the drunks dancing around the speakers.
yeah, yeah, and speakers, yeah, no, it's true. And I mean, you know, they're, no, oh, there it is. Oh, that's 32. So one place is 32, but I did see somebody 67 for two plus bags and some really cunning little brackets to go on the top. Which
Yeah,
I'm sure we can
I
make
actually
use
have
of.
I have a T bracket that goes on one of mine that holds 4 lights.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
so you can use that.
yeah. I've got all kinds of stands and tripods and all. I've got all that kind of stuff. I love to. I always save that kind of stuff and hold on to it. When I got my ticket, I already had most of these tripods.
Yeah, but I mean, compared with, I mean, a friend of mine's got the Buddy Stick Pro, which includes a tripod, and that tripod I think is in the top end of the $100. So it's, let's say it's $160, $170, and it is not even in the same ballpark as far as the strength of this one.
Right.
It really isn't. I mean, it's you, as you say. I mean, I thought they were well over. I bought that one for say $5 at the place. The thing is that you can buy a lot of this stuff. There's a couple of guys, one up in Cape Coral, one down in Naples, that are selling, you know, studio equipment, DJ equipment, and stuff like that. And they, you know, I mean, if you can buy a brand new one for $30, you know a used one is practically worthless.
Yeah.
And as I say, I bought that off him for $5 and a couple of other. I went down there for a mixer and bought it. So yeah,
I've got one of mine right now on my shed roof, and it's got 3 little guys on it, and it's up 25 feet with a TV antenna on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, they work for just about anything. And then, like I said, the other one's damaged right now. I got to fix it. I have a smaller one too.
I see a couple here, Amazon Choice for $49.95, but they come with a bag, and that would be kind of cool. I just have to make sure they are. They call them DJ PA speaker stands and carrier, but yeah. So if you had the one like I've got, and then one either side with painter poles in, you could have an inverted V dipole with 24 feet at the top and say 15 feet or so on either side.
Yeah,
you know,
that
and
should
if you
work really good.
It should. I mean, that's and really quick and easy to set up. Not, I love them. I'll tell you, well, I love mine. I only got the one, but I mean, if I could find them, you know, on Craigslist, which I'll probably just keep an eye on Craigslist and go and buy a couple more. Oh, okay. These come with rubber feet on. I haven't got rubber feet on mine.
Oh yeah, mine. I think one of mine, if not both of them, have the rubber feet on them. Those I like that.
Yeah, no, mine. No, it's handy because mine stick into the dirt.
Yeah.
So that's kind of handy.
Sometimes that might be better. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. You know, as I say, I pay $5 for mine. And it's like, I cannot believe the quality of them. And I guess they make thousands of them. Yeah, the best bet I can find is Amazon choice, 49 for 2 or 32 for 1. So it's $32. And I mean, that's a steal. So it starts, its minimum height is 4.1 feet and the maximum height is 6.6. So I was right. I'm putting my mast on top of 6 foot because 6 inches fit inside of it. So it's, so there you go. I can have, you know, for well less than $150. I mean, you know, significantly, it's probably $130. I've got a 24-foot, very strong portable mast. And then if you want to put the guys and that fancy thing on it, you're still only $160, $170, which really is not a bad deal for, you know, something of that quality.
You could put a buddy hex on that.
You can. People have, but the only problem is the buddy hex is about £9–10,
yeah.
And the 2 top sections are a little bit too flexible for it, you know, because it does shrink down quite small. You know, the bottom is 1.5 inches, and each one is slotting into each other, so the top section is pretty small. So it you know, with a buddy hex on it, it is a bit kind of flexible.
Well, yeah, couldn't you just leave the top 2 sections collapsed?
Yeah, that's what
right?
people do. Yeah.
And then that would make the third section even stronger because it's got the other 2 inside it.
That's right. But I mean, to be honest, if I was going to go spend $500 on a buddy hex, I would probably buy a better tripod. I mean, there are a lot better tripods, but you're talking $250, $300.
Right.
But you know, I don't think I'm going to go that way because the other thing is it's the length of time setting it up and all the rest of the stuff. You know, I've got kind of a finite time. If I can go outside and set something up, or if I can go to the park and set it up, and it takes me 10–15 minutes to set it up and get it going, I'll do it. But if it takes half an hour, you know, half an hour to set it up and take it down is a little bit too much. I mean, it's okay for field day and stuff like that, but if you're just going to go out and operate for 2 hours, you're going to go Lover's Key, do some polar work or something, you don't want to spend more time setting up than you do operating. At least I don't anyway. You know, I call it return on investment, but it's not really, but you know what I mean.
Same idea.
So there you go. There's a pretty decent system you can get for, in the grand scheme of things, not a huge amount of money.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I mean, there was a time when I first got into ham radio, where I really wanted to do a lot mobile. I really just kind of fell in love with it. I wanted to do mobile stuff, and then I got realizing early on that it's expensive and it's a lot of setup to get set up right. And our station had just sold off the last of its mast trucks. Our TV station still has 3 or 4 of them, but the radio stations, they used to have the old Marty systems, which were UHF, and it was actually a 2-way communication system, but it was full duplex, and the transmitter stayed on the whole time you were using it. It was a full duty cycle, and it was designed for live broadcasting out in the field. And I thought, you know, if I could get one of those old radio station vans,
Yeah.
I could deck out the whole inside of it with all the radio equipment and everything, and an air conditioner and everything else. If it goes up 35 feet, those things go up pretty high. I mean, most of them go up between 30 and 40 feet. If it goes up 30 or 40 feet, I could put whatever I want on there, you know, and that's way up there. And I got thinking about it. All I'd have to do is get 2 auto-retracting reels and literally just have those hooked on either side of it so that when it goes up, it's got 2 wires on each side that are coming off. And then I just move those out, and I've got my inverted V right there.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of neat stuff you could do with that. And that was a dream of mine early on, and I still may get back to that at some point. But I kind of went all in with the Shack. Truthfully, it's
that
so
would be an
hot.
impressive rover, you know, for
Yeah.
contests or for, you know, grid hunters or county hunters or something like that.
Yeah, well, I would love to do roving. I would love to do. I would like to get into fox hunting, but nobody does it around here.
Oh, we do fox hunting down here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you rich folks do everything.
Oh, yeah. Rich folks, do you know how much it costs?
I'm just screwing with you.
We do. Here's my little 150 milliwatt. No, sorry, 125. 25 milliwatt. Hang on.
Hey, we're over here.
Where am I?
Which camera has?
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Still
That's
see.
see that. There's the battery.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah.
transmitter. This is a bunch of attenuators, and there is a 47 ohm resistor. Because we do it in the park.
Oh, you do it with like little portables.
Yeah, we do it with handhelds, and I made kits for $20 of tape measure antennas that people bought off me. So, and this, believe it or not, with a Mickey Mouse antenna on it, comfortably goes a mile.
Wow.
And it's 20. It's 100.
What did you
I
say it
think
was?
it's only 15
UHF?
milliwatts.
UHF, you said?
No, VHF.
Oh, it's 2 meter. Okay.
Can you read it?
No, it's all blurry.
Still blurry.
Still blurry.
Read it to us. We're old. We ain't got time for you to open up.
Oh, be quiet. This is a tough crowd. It says 140 to 150 megahertz. And it's made by a company, but you can look it up. It's made by a company called, it's got a B in it. I know what it's called. There we go. Bionics, BYONICS. So if you look that up, somebody, or I can share.
They do the APRS trackers and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, they do also GPS receivers, and they do active antenna stuff and like that, and all sorts of bits and pieces. But what we do is, at the moment, I'm going to do another one when the season comes back around. Because I say our club is really seasonal. You know, we got like 8 active members in the winter. In the summer, but in the winter we're up to 35 or so. So I do that in the winter. In the summer,
I'm active all year, but I'm only active outdoor in the wintertime.
Yeah. Well, that's the same. You know,
Yes.
well, most of our people are. I don't know where I am.
Had they never invented the air conditioner, land would be really cheap down here right now.
They would, wouldn't it?
It's funny if you look at the population of Florida, you can look at that. If you look at a year-by-year bar chart of the population of Florida, you can almost see the exact year that air conditioning was invented.
There you go. Can you see that? Yeah.
Well,
So there's the transmitter that I'm using, and it hasn't got prices on it. Why not? This thing's really quite cheap.
So
And
what
you
is it?
can
Just
get-
it sends a little burst like every so many minutes. It sends
no,
like
well, you can program it to do whatever you like. You can have constant. You can have. What I do is I send 15 seconds every minute, and that includes my call sign. No, the club's call sign at the end.
Right.
I can't do it now, but I'll fire it up for you next week, so we can have a listen. Because I need a laptop working and stuff. Oh, I don't know how to switch sharing off now.
Oh, I might be able to fix that for you. Let's look here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find, because it's hidden. Here it is. Okay. Oh,
There
you've
we
done
go.
it. You've done it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we'll
So
take a
yeah,
quick
I'll
look.
I'll fire it up and make it work next week, so we can. And if I put an adapter on it on my 2 meter antenna in the attic, you may even be able to hear it.
Wow.
with 15 milliwatts. I'll check on the spec. It may not be
It
15.
almost sounds like my Alinco HT.
Yeah.
It's 320 milliwatts on high power and 23 milliwatts on low power.
Is that Chinese milliwatts or real?
Well, I don't know, because it has a telescopic flip up antenna on it. But I won it at a swap fest. But the really cool thing about it is if you got a dual band radio that does cross band repeat, basically it becomes a wireless microphone, because I can talk to my car and it pumps me up and puts me on UHF, so it hits the repeater. And the repeaters I was working were dual band, so I could transmit 2 meters, hit my car, go out UHF, but I could hear the distant 2 meter repeater. So my car only had to transmit my fully powered radio.
Oh, right. Oh, that's cool.
And people, they would come by and they'd see this tiny little toy of an HT, and they'd say, "How in the world are you hitting the repeater full quieting?" And I says, "You got to stand right here.
Yeah.
You can't stand over there. You can't stand over. No, you got to be right here."
There is one spot.
Yeah, it's 15 milliwatts. So that thing, literally, I've got another amateur who lives almost, as the crow flies, he's almost a mile away from me. It's like 9/10 and 0.9 of a tenth and whatever. He's really close to being a mile away. And I just put it on my desk here, and he can hear it on his little handy talkie a mile away on 15 milliwatts. I drive around the development trying to test it. That's why I put all those attenuators and got rid of the antenna and put a little 47 ohm resistor on it. And I'm amazed, with effectively 80 dB of attenuation, I can still hear it. I don't know, I guess 150 yards away. So, and I hide it in the, we go to, our meeting is in Veterans Park, in the meeting hall there in North Fort Myers, and we do it in the park there. But I'm going to do one where we finish at a restaurant in Naples, and I'm going to start everybody from their home. So basically, I'm going to put one connected to a handy talkie and tell them it's downtown Naples somewhere. So they can start from their home, and you don't drive directly towards it. You drive at 45 degrees. Right. So as you get coordinates, we got these little 3-element antennas made with tape measures, and then when they get there to the powerful one, there'll be instructions to listen on a different frequency to the 15 milliwatt one, and that will be in a restaurant. So we'll do it in the morning and then have lunch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you do anything to do with food with our club, people have club. But if there's no food involved, they don't come.
Yeah, I back when I was doing stuff with the big club here, I pitched fox hunting, and I just got a dirty look. So, oh well. I thought fox hunting would be really cool, but okay.
Yeah, no, we do it here. I'll let you know when.
Yeah, let me know. I may just come down there and do it. Just because I want to do it. Maybe I'll find a couple guys that want to go with me, and we'll carpool down.
Yeah. Bring down a. Yeah. As I say, we meet on the first Wednesday of the month, and the first one I'm probably going to do on the October meet. So basically, we start, I don't know, 6 o'clock-ish. I mean, it takes 20, 25 minutes to find it. Our meetings normally start at 6 because we have to be out by 8:30 because Veterans Park is closed at 8:30. So I get down there about 5 and I say, I'll run it until 6. So people turn off whenever, and then I send them out, and the kids love it. I mean, we got baseball and stuff, and I say to the kids, you may see some people running around with strange antennas. Do not tell them where this is hidden. And the kids love it, they think it's so funny. So, well, I mean, it's not unusual there now to see us wandering around with antennas, because the first time we did it, we're all feeling so conscious, about
looking for UFOs.
Yeah, you know, and all that. But nowadays, the coaches and everything, oh, you guys, you know, fox hunting again, you know. So it's accepted. And I called the sheriff, really funny. I called the sheriff to tell him what we were doing, you know, because I figured, you know, some claim's going to get on the phone and call up and everything else. And they were not interested in the slightest. And at the edge of the park is the fire station. And I went and told the fire guys, and they were really interested, but they weren't, you know, they said I couldn't put it anywhere near their firehouse. But other than that, they were really interested in the technology, but not interested in people wandering around. The sheriff was just not interested whatsoever. It was like, yeah, just do it. You know, we don't care. I was just informing them in case somebody called, but you know,
yeah,
that was the first time. But
good night, Dallas. You're not the only one, brother. Trust me. I'm going to be shutting it down. I was kind of hoping that Joseph would come in or whatever, because I was going to bow out early tonight. To be honest, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm really tired.
Yeah, all right. Cheers,
Yep, I'll see you later, Dallas. Have a good one, man. We'll see you next week. Yeah, I'm tired. I got up and produced 3 hours of radio this morning, and my host this morning is at a remote location in the Northeast, and I'm filling on a show I don't normally do.
He's not the one in Colorado Springs.
No. Drew's up with his family and up in the Northeast somewhere, and the morning producer's sick. Trey took a day off. My call screener's out yesterday and today on vacation. So I'm working like triple shifts right now. And I had the call screen too because I have no call screener. So it's been a real busy week for me, and I'm really tired. So we'll spend another hour or so here, then I'm going to shut it down. I'm tired. I didn't want to bring up tonight. It's interesting. Car makers, believe it or not, car makers are ending. They're discontinuing slowly, one at a time, the incorporation of AM or amplitude modulation radios in new automobiles. As a matter of fact, VW has already discontinued. A lot of the BMW products don't have them anymore. Here's why. It's pretty cheap to put one in there, right? Doesn't cost that much. AM receivers, I mean, you can make one out of a piece of wire and a battery. But the problem comes down. These new electric cars with their electric components and their electric chargers and batteries, they all create hums and buzzes on the AM frequencies. And so they're having a hard time filtering these things out with all this new technology. And so they feel that it's not something that will be missed. And so one by one, as of last year, automakers are now discontinuing the putting of AM radios in the cars.
So what does the talk show host think of that?
I don't care. We're on FM 92.5 frequency modulation.
No, there's a lot of people nationwide on the AM.
Yeah, I know. It's, there is, believe it or not, still a lot of conservative talk even, and a lot of PBS, which is your left-leaning talk. There's a lot of those kind of stations on AM all around the country still. I think Coast to Coast AM is on 635 stations, and over half of those, I think, are AM stations.
Well, it's a lot of religious stations on AM as well.
Yeah, and a lot of Spanish stations as well.
Spanish stations. Yeah, you're right.
We had 1240 and 1270 in Naples, 1240 in Fort Myers, and we had 1200 out on Pine Island Center, and 1460 down in Naples. All four of those are all Spanish now. We've converted them all over to Spanish. That 1200 out on Pine Island Center was a blowtorch. We'd go up to 100,000 during the day, but then we had to cut it back to 10,000 watts at night because we were like blowing people out in Brownsville, and so they had to turn it way down at night because it was sitting out over the water like it is. But anyway,
wow,
I miss the old AM. I don't know. When I was a kid, I had a little it was a Winnie the Pooh, and the bottom part was a radio that unscrewed, and you put the battery in and then you screw it in there and you could listen to the radio. Well, I kept that from when I was a little kid. I had that radio for the longest time, and I would listen to I had the name of it not long ago. it was a show that would come on at midnight on our AM station, and they would come on here on WMYR, which was our AM station here, and it was 1410, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And it started with a creaking door, and it would be like a ghost story or something. It was or an aliens or something. And I used to sit there with my little radio up under my pillow, and I'd sit just right to where that AM signal would come in. There's just something warm and fuzzy about AM radio.
Yeah.
I like AM because you could listen to distant stations.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. When I finally got me a decent radio, I could listen to KAAY in Little Rock and WLS in Chicago, a lot of really distant stations. In the daytime, we picked up WQAM in Miami. So, yeah.
And what a deal, because you also get every lightning storm within 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
That's right.
But when I don't know if you guys remember or whether you even heard about it here, but in Europe, everything was licensed. And then they started, I guess, early 60s with the unlicensed radio stations. They called them pirate radio stations.
Yeah, they used to.
They were all AM, and they were
out
on boats out in the middle of the North Sea, and they were on.
There's even several cult classic movies about those radio stations.
Yeah. But they were, we used to listen to Carolina, a bunch of them, and that was little AM 6 transistor radios, But we used to. They had a ferrite core with all sorts of windings on them, and we used to whack a few windings around there and throw an antenna out and listen to. I don't know. I used to listen to 6 or 7 of the. So they were semi-illegal, but they were great to listen to.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, sorry.
Radiometer.
Hey, sorry, I'm late. I'm not gonna be able to be here I was coming in, popping in to say hi. I've been out all day taking down antennas. If y'all are still doing the net when I'm done with dinner, I'll show you some pictures.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
let's say better late than pregnant.
Okay, whatever you say. We got a smiley face in here.
Well, men can get pregnant now. At least that's what they say.
Well, yeah. That's what
At least according to the lunatics out at Berkeley in California. But that's a different planet.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Well, Joseph, I'm just while you're here real quick, I'm down to the video card and the memory, and I should have it, the memory ordered tomorrow.
Okay, awesome.
So we're literally, it's all going to be here sometime next week. And it's going to start arriving on Sunday. So anyway, hopefully by Friday of next week, there may be a chance we can get this thing going while we're on the air or play with it while we're on the air or something. So
yeah, I hope we can build it on the air. That would be super cool.
it would. I think it would be a neat thing. I've got... I got everything ordered, and everything should be here by Thursday of next week so far. But I got 2 things I haven't ordered yet. Although when I checked on those 2 things, they're both available on Amazon, and they're both available within a couple of days. So I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I really don't. I think I'll be able to get all of it.
If you set up a camera over a workbench, like a top-down view, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll bring a fire extinguisher into the shack just in case.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
bring a hose. You can do more damage that way.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's powered off, it won't do any damage.
That's true.
Well, that's no fun.
All right, I'm gonna go have dinner. I'll try and make it back.
We'll catch you in a little while.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I've had a hell of a week. So if we're not here, we'll do the pictures next week for sure. But if we're here, we'll do them.
Okay.
All right, man. I'll see you in a few.
I'm making notes here because I've got to do Fox Hunt next week. We could do a Fox Hunt on the air. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, except none of us would find it because we're all sitting here on ass.
Oh, well, you never know.
Look at this.
You can't get it. Wow.
This is what I'm looking to put in my backyard. If you guys want to help me build it.
Okay, that pretty much looks like it's all on the same frequency.
Yeah, it's a 2,000 dB gain.
Is that kind of our answer to the Russian woodpecker?
I don't
Well, it's
know.
certainly omnidirectional by the looks of it.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
looks
that's
like it's all
QRP.
2 meter. I guess it's all 2 meter. Yeah, QRP. It's all 2 meter. It looks like it. That looks like 2 meter to me.
Somewhere around there. I mean, there's a lot around the 2 meter band. That could be like the waterboard or something, or local, AAA or somebody.
But man, look how much gain they've got, like in every direction.
Well, they got the same gain in every direction by the looks of
Right.
it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But they've got a tremendous amount of gain in every direction. I don't know. I saw this picture and I'm like, holy crap! I want that.
For sure, he doesn't need a rotator.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, it's horizontally polarized, but to the right of the guy is a vertically polarized antenna by the looks of it. I don't know. Can we get the picture back?
Yeah, hold on. I'll put it back up.
Yeah, see, to the right of the guy in purple. Oh, no, that's another. Oh, these are phase arrays.
Oh, they're phaser arrays. That's what they are.
They're phase arrays because look, you see that pole to the right of the guy? It's feeding the one near the bottom and then the one in the middle, and I'm guessing one above that. And then the poles on the left-hand side. Yeah, they're phase arrays. They're actually, several of those are pointing in the same direction.
Oh,
yeah, because if you look behind, going away from us, there's at least 3 pointing in the same direction. That's not such a mess as it looks.
No, I know. The angle makes it look worse than it is.
That's kind of cool because but it's horizontally polarized.
He's putting in a 2 meter Russian woodpecker.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking at the foliage, okay, there's lots of pine trees around or whatever. I mean, is that up north somewhere?
It'd be up in Georgia.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Yeah, here I thought I saw it. Hold on just a second here. Let me pull this over here and see if I can get this to load up over here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Open. Let's see here. Okay.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, it looks like a load of random antennas, but when you look at it, it's at least 3 phased antennas, 6 element beams, and there are 3. So each of those have got 9 dB gain over whatever the original is. That's kind of cool.
That gives you a better idea of what it actually looks like.
What does
the bottom half of it's and it all looks like horizontally polarized 2 meter.
Yeah,
it does. It's close to. I'm not sure it's 2 meters, but it looks like it's because the reflector.
Well, yeah, I could be close, but I mean,
the reflector
there's no other
seems to be a little bit close for 2 meters. Is it amateur then? I didn't think. I don't know.
Well, it's I guess.
That looks like professional riggers.
Hey, Dave, did you see that video that I made? The very important one.
Not today.
There's a video. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it's very important.
I've had a really bad week. Unfortunately, Saturday morning, my wife took oh, here we go. Holy Moses, look at that. It is phase array. It is amateur. Yeah, my wife took a fall first thing in the morning, like 5:45, broke her teeth and whatever. She gets vertigo, so she ended up in a hospital. And, I've been playing caregiver all week, so I haven't had much time on the TV. But yeah, that's
what I was doing.
Man, these guys are serious.
But
it was the military, and they got a drone too. Or is that an enemy?
I actually see all the videos. I'm surprised I missed it. So I did look.
Yeah, this was Echo India 7 Golf Lima. EI7GL, a diary of amateur radio activity, and it's just a bunch of this stuff here. Yeah.
Is this one of yours, Joseph, or somewhere else?
Mine. I made it.
And you put it up on Southwest Florida TechNet?
Mm-hmm. It was the last video that was uploaded.
I can't see it. Oh, let me just.
VHF radio contest.
I saw the one you did last week about the 6 days ago. No.
Oh, hey, look, we're live.
I can't see it.
Well, what is the last one that you see?
Well, they're all here. I mean, I got one 6 days ago, 6 days ago, 6 days ago. New Hands Try Slow TV. That's what
is it the Triscuits one?
No, don't get me on Triscuits.
That's why you got to see the video. It's there.
Stream 1 month ago, 2 weeks ago.
No, it was uploaded 2 days ago. No, 3 days ago.
Okay, I'll dig through it and find it. I can't
There
find
it is.
Well,
There it is. Well, it's better with the sound. We can't hear it.
when I'm talking about Triscuits, I swear to God, if you eat the box, there's very little difference.
Oh, this is funny. Hold on, I'm gonna get the sound going. I gotta figure out how to do it. I think it's over here, and it's it says leave computer audio, but you guys couldn't hear it.
No, you gotta push the button that says tick the box that says share audio.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know why I can't find it.
This is amazing. It's not letting me switch the sound this time.
Is it Will? Sound has to work.
It's really on. I think you're gonna eat the box. Yes.
Oh, your video's muted.
It wasn't muted though. I don't. Can you guys hear it?
Yes, kind of. No, we hear it in the background.
It's paused.
That's what I mean. It's not coming over. The sound is not coming over. It really aggravates me about this. Because I have such a hard time playing my computer audio over Zoom. I don't understand why they've made it so difficult.
Probably trying to share from the wrong audio output.
Share sound. I think it'll work now. Let's try this.
I've got to find this when I get it.
There we go. It's working. It's working.
Well, I've got a challenge for you. That's basically like find some gluten-free chips, eat the chips, but also eat the box that they come with, and see if you can see which is the better, and B, if you can actually identify the difference between the two. Yeah, what's those Triscuits? Triscuits, I swear the box tastes better.
I don't like Triscuits. They taste weird.
I don't
like No.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Southwest Florida TechNet YouTube channel. Today we're doing a Tech Team Top Tech Tip here. We're going to be discovering whether or not the box that the Triscuits come in tastes better than the Triscuits itself. So here I have a box of Triscuits, as you can see. This is just your standard box of Triscuits. And we're going to see if the box tastes better. So let's open it up.
I love scientific testing.
Oh, this is brilliant.
It always destroys itself when you open it every time, as you can see. Okay. Oh, lost a piece of the box already. All right, and here are the
Plastic
Triscuits
don't
inside.
count, right?
You can see that they are pretty standard Triscuits. They're probably made in a factory somewhere. So we have those. Let's set those off to the side over here. And then we have the box. And the box looks pretty good. You see it's got a little bit of tear in it. It's pretty flimsy. You can see it warps very easily here. But this is the box. We're going to eat it. The thing about these boxes that's really nice is that even if they're damaged, it still tastes the same. You know, certain things, whenever they get crunched up, they're not as good. You know, like crackers or something, trying to eat like crackers, if they're all just crumbled up, is not a very fun experience. But boxes usually taste the same. So here we go, we have the box. I've removed the strip there. I'm gonna set that off to the side. And then we need a cracker here. Got a nice plate here. One Triscuit. Looks kind of burnt on the edge. And then here's our piece of box. Better. So I guess to establish a control, we're gonna eat the cracker first. So without further ado, let's dig right in. So it's a little bit salty, just a little bit. Well, actually, it's fairly salty. It almost tastes like eating a frosted mini wheat without the frost. It also tastes a lot like a Triscuit. It's very bland though, aside from the salt. Yeah, it's definitely salty, and it tastes kind of like a frosted mini wheat with no frost on it. Let's try the box. All right, let's try it. So by the way, I can tell you that the flavor is actually a little bit better. There's no like salty flavor. If you've ever eaten a napkin, it kind of tastes like that. It's a lot harder to chew.
Or five.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I would say that's probably better than the cracker. There's no salty flavor. It does take longer to chew, but that means you can just enjoy it longer. The overall flavor that it has is more of like a cardboard flavor. Yeah, it's definitely cardboard flavor. More like almost like particle board almost. You can really taste the flavor of the trees that they use to make it. That's good. That's really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I definitely can say without a doubt that the cracker is not as good as the cardboard from the box. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did find the information in this video helpful, be sure to tell us in the comments that you learned something today. I know I did. I like doing experiments like this. You know, it helps out the community at large. Yeah, I think that was a very good test that we did there.
That was amazing.
It must be a little bit dusty in here or something.
Hacking
Anyway,
up some
thank you for
cardboard.
watching. Leave a comment, and we'll see you all at the next video. Bye-bye.
Oh, that is great. That is fantastic. My family and my friends will find that hilarious, because I'm always on about how bad Triscuits are. That is brilliant. And so now we know the box does taste better. That is fantastic. So why can't I find that frigging video?
It looks like empirical proof for sure there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so well done as well. It wasn't a Mickey Mouse test.
Hey,
it was the
Ian,
real
you know-
thing.
We
that's
would have
better
done it
than
double
most.
blind, but if he was double blind, then he would have dropped something he wouldn't have been able to see.
Hey, it's got to be more accurate than most political polling.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
Why can't I find it?
Just go
Then
to
then again, anything is more accurate than political polling.
No, yeah.
if you go to the main channel page and then you push the button that says video and you switch the tab to say uploads, it's the first one there. It's got a blue.
I got
thumbnail.
I got it. Yes. That is brilliant. And it's so well done as well. It was like really professional. I love it. That is so good.
Where did you get the steamboat music at the beginning?
Oh, you don't know what I got that at the beginning, right?
That's our open. That used to be the opener to our show.
Yeah, I know. That's what I got.
Really?
Yeah, I found I had to splice together a couple intros to find one where he was quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got that piece of music if you want it. Yeah. He made that. Trey made that piece of music. That's something he made. That's why when I heard it, I'm like, he must have got that from me or off the show, because that's an original piece of music. We were using that when we were on YouTube, so we wouldn't get copyright struck.
Yeah, but you used it on the actual RF side too. I've heard it before.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought it
it's
fit
a-
with the
Perfect.
foghorn at the beginning.
I'm
I like
that's going to be uploaded on my Facebook page as soon as I can find it. It's so funny.
Hey, Joseph, I think you should call the whole thing Termite Productions.
That's great.
That's the first person who's ever taken that seriously. It was absolutely superb.
Well, that's been now just like Dr. Fauci. You can prove that that's proven because of proven science.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He is, after all,
It only
science.
takes about 5 minutes to get science going. So
You know, he is science.
he is science.
He is science.
I made a new opener. I wish I had it. I made a new opener. It comes on. It goes, do 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 do, and it's my voice, and it comes on. And now, the official word from science.
All you need is the echo thing, you know, a reverberator when you
And
say
then he comes
science.
on. I think that maybe you should wear like 3 masks and put like 3 masks on your face, and then make them real tight around your nose and your mouth, and make them all really tight. Anyway,
Who needs
Where
Saturday
were
Night
we?
Live? We better.
oh, where
All
were
right.
we?
I'm glad y'all enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yes, that was excellent, actually. I even gave you a thumbs up.
Now you'll even have to do. You know, you got to try cereal and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough. That's going to be, you set yourself a bar there. That's going to get tough to get beaten. You know?
You're right. Oh no.
Well, he's also got another series coming out soon called "Making an Antenna Out of Kitchen Stuff."
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
And
we're gonna load up some pots.
Can you cook a pizza in a clothes dryer?
There you go.
Wow. With it running or not?
Yeah.
I'd rather see the one that says, "Can you dry a cat in a microwave?"
No, we don't have no cat
I
violence.
know
talk.
somebody who did that.
I know where to get the cats.
Yeah.
Hey.
We don't do it.
Hey.
Have you seen that book, 1001 Things to Do with a Dead Cat? All I try to do is get a full screen. I don't know why I can't get a full screen.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys get back to it. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
All righty.
I thought you already did.
No, I remembered the video and I had to come in here and tell y'all in case I didn't make it back.
Is it Cheerios boxes this time?
No, that was.
No, it's actually sponges from the cleaning section of Publix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How that goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was eating pre-dinner. He has to warm up.
I mean, as expensive as food has gotten to be, it may be something we need to explore.
I know. I couldn't imagine having a teenage boy right now because they all come with one hollow leg.
Yeah.
I could not imagine
They have
trying
an
to feed a
appetite
child
of an
right
alligator.
now. I can't feed my wife and I, and we don't eat that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Teenage
I
boy.
got to go and show Kathleen this, so I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that's a flattering thing there to have Dave think it was awesome. You got to go show somebody.
There you go. That's right. Just so you guys know, we've been. He taught me how to use this new video program that I'm using, and I've been doing some video editing, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I did make a couple of videos that kind of explain a few things and put those up. But I'm kind of waiting on my new computer because this one's just having a hard time processing these videos with the definition I want and everything. So I've kind of decided to just hold off because I'm literally a week away from having my new computer, maybe 2 weeks away from being able to edit video on it. So I think I'm just gonna wait. All right, let's open it back up and see if there's anybody else that has anything else. We are going to be ending early tonight, guys. I'm very tired, and I've had just an absolutely crazy week, and so we're going to end a little early tonight. I'm sure that's okay with everybody, isn't it? I know we've already had a couple people leave because they've had long weeks as well. So, All right, but anyway, for right now, is there anything else? Does any of the 19 Daves have anything? Anybody else? Scott, did you think of anything else? Or Rick or Joseph is out right now. Jonathan, Micah. Yeah, I mean, anybody have anything? Let us know. We would love to. We'd love to do that. I tell you, we had a employee appreciation this week. I always give you guys the inside poop on the TV station. We had employee appreciation week this week, and they treat us pretty good there. This week it was a place called Burrito Company, 3 Pepper, and I ended up with a bottle of the hot sauce. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of these people. I'm a Taco Bell guy. I am a foodie, but I'm the exact opposite of Trey. See, Trey's a foodie. He'll go eat bugs. He likes to walk through Guatemala and eat off the street vendors.
I had a cockroach he could have had last night.
I know. I told him. I said, "Now I'll start saving you stuff right away." But yeah, he's like he says, I don't like bugs per se, but I like to try everything. He tries everything. You know, he went down there when he was 20 years old with a backpack, and flew into Honduras, I think, and walked across 5 countries, and then flew home. And he ate the native cuisine as he went. He's into foreign cultures. I'm the exact opposite. I like the Americanized Chinese food, the Americanized Mexican food, and the Americanized Italian food.
Yeah.
And the more it's like the authentic food, the less I like it. I know that sounds crazy, but like I don't like authentic food. I like Americanized food. I like chain food. I'm weird. That's the way it is, I guess. Anyway, like he was like, oh man, they make the best authentic Italian pizza, or they make the best New York pizza, or the best Chicago pizza. Too much bread. Or the best whatever. This best pizza is best. No, you know who makes the best pizza? Domino's makes the best pizza. I mean, come on. With Pizza Hut is a close second.
Yeah.
Because I like the Americanized. I like it to be Americanized because that's.
I like to go to the grocery store and get those square pizzas in a box with the thin crust.
Yeah,
no, I don't eat the box. You know, those are pretty good though.
Oh, they're better than the box?
No, I haven't tried the box.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's something I'll have to try next time.
Well, if we start eating the boxes, the food will go a lot further.
That's right. You know, I guess we'll all be termites.
There you go. We're getting there.
Just don't let Trey eat us up. You know, that'd be all right.
But see, we're both foodies. We both love food. We plan our life around food. We just love food. But I love the same 12 things every time. Consistent. I like my food consistent. He's the exact opposite. He wants a complete surprise every time he eats.
No, I don't think I could handle that.
Yeah, me neither. He loves taco trucks and food trucks and stuff because he likes to taste everybody's take on things, which is cool. I think that's neat. It's not for me, though.
Now, I tell you one thing I did enjoy was trying every Mexican restaurant on Buford Highway in Atlanta.
There you
they
go.
Had a load of, yeah, they're not chains. Those are home-brewed type.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure they've got great food, but like I said, I'm just weird that way. I like my chain food. Yeah. And Chinese food around here, I don't know if you guys notice, every single Chinese place that I've ever been to in Lee County, and even in the area for that matter, it's all Cisco. Every single one of them. You can call Cisco today, the company called Cisco here in Fort Myers, and they'll deliver you an entire Chinese restaurant. It comes with the menus, comes with the lighted up menu boards, the deep fat fryers, everything. And the food, it all comes. And the sweet and sour pork comes in a bucket, and you scoop it out and put it in the thing. I mean, literally, no matter which Chinese restaurant you go to, pick up the menu, and it's the exact same menu in every single one. And that's
Now, I have to
because
ask the
it's
question.
sold as a package.
I wonder if the package is made in China.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But even like the little packets of stuff, the little everything you get, everything in there. If you go in there and you like a number 12 combination, you can go to the one off at Daniels Parkway, and it's that same thing as a number 12 combination. It's the same number.
Same
And it's because that company basically makes a set up Chinese restaurant, and you just order it. It's pretty cool. I thought about it. You know, I could start my own Chinese restaurant, but I get sick of that stuff so easy.
Yeah.
Chinese is one of the only foods where I absolutely love it when I get it, but I can't eat the leftovers. Because once I eat it, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have anything else? Because we're just totally like rambling here. It's 9:40.
Man.
Anything else happening this week? There's really not a lot going on. I did do a good newsletter this week, a decent newsletter this week. It wasn't the best one I ever did, but I thought it was pretty good.
The Gulf of Mexico is bathwater, but there's no storms out there right now.
Yeah, there isn't any storms, and you know what's weird about it is I think we've still got a little bit more of this sinking air to deal with.
The Saharan dust.
And the Saharan dust. And those two things together, I think that's what's causing it. I really do. But anyway, that's basically it. But notice where we're at. I mean, we've still got a long way to go here. All right. And this is the total number of days without any kind of storm. And we're about where we're supposed to be. It's not that unusual during the month of July to go 13.7 days without a storm anywhere. And if you notice here, look at the Saharan dust. I mean, it's come all the way over to Cuba now.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that dust sure does keep it down. It really does. And of course, I always mention Mike's weather page, spaghettimodels.com. Best place to get your weather information. And then, of course, Ryan Hall, y'all, has been covering all those big storm systems going up through the middle of the country this last week. Those are my two weather sources. Space weather-wise, there's not a whole lot. They're watching. We've got noculescent clouds. Noculescent clouds are kind of cool because they happen much higher in the atmosphere, and that's why they glow like they do, because those clouds are so high. It's just like, you know how we can see the space station fly over if we go out and look right before dawn or right after it gets dark. The reason is because the station is still in the lighted area. The sun is still illuminating it while we are dark. That's what gives you that beautiful shot of the space station going over where you can see it so brightly. If the space station flies over at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, you probably won't see it. If it's later than that, you won't see it at all because the sun will not be illuminating you or the station. Therefore, there'll be nothing to see. So that's basically how that works. Well, noculescent clouds are the same way. They're high-level clouds. It's basically vapor that gets pushed way up too high in the atmosphere, and it creates these noculescent clouds that glow because they're still up in the sunlight even after the sun has gone down. And they can be a beautiful thing to see. They rarely happen this far south, but they do every now and then. The Bastille Day event, interesting thing. This happened 22 years ago today. There was a large solar flare that created all kinds of blackouts and issues, and I've got all kinds of stuff in here for you to read about that incident.
Do you know the sneaky zip code solar trick to get solar panels from the U.S. government?
No, I don't.
Sorry.
Just one more sneaky trick by the government to get solar panels. Anyway,
I'm trying to copy this to post it. Everybody
get up
loves
and call in now. All right, and we talked about the solar conditions. I'm encouraged by this right here. That's going to make some good HF conditions this weekend. And as far as weather, it's going to be the issue with lightning every day. It's pretty much the way it is. We are in the summertime pattern right now.
Oh yeah, big time.
Midsummer, yeah. Um, and I got some funny ones here.
I think we need to rescue the poor cat.
If that was my cat, his name would be HF. Although that antenna
like
looks more like UHF. Yeah, I know.
UHF antenna.
Oh.
Yeah, if your TV goes out one night and you go out there and there's the cat, you know.
Yeah, that's looks like a folded dipole TV antenna.
I think you run 100 watts through that, the cat will know what's going on.
Yeah, 20 watts will probably get him off of it. We don't want to burn him up.
A question.
Yeah.
You think, anyone, that the Saharan dust can affect the propagation?
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting question. I have not read about that yet.
I saw that.
What do you guys think?
If it has metallic, any metallic ingredients, hell yeah. But if it's just sand, that's mainly silicon, and I wouldn't think that would have an effect. Might have an effect. That's a good question.
I know. Basically, it's glass, isn't it? I mean, sand.
Yeah.
I would think anything can reflect. Yeah, anything can reflect HF. I mean, RF. I mean, regardless of. I don't know if it would affect HF, but
Didn't I see on the thing you were scrolling through, Ian, that it said it was in the troposphere, the Saharan dust?
I thought it was in the stratosphere, but I'm not sure.
I just saw the word troposphere go by. That's all.
Oh, okay.
That's all. That would be interesting to know. And would it affect it positively or negatively? If it's
I will tell you, I was surprised to see that they bounce radio off of meteor tail, debris left behind by meteors when they come in.
Oh, yeah. Meteor scatter. I used to do that all the time.
And you can do aurora scatter as well.
I did meteor scatter from England right the way through to the Himalayas. For a while, I had the record back in like 1982, 83. I had two 19-element antennas, 100 watts at the antenna, and a preamp up there on two 18-element 2-meter antennas doing meteor scatter to a German center that was the German station that had gone to the Himalayas particularly to do it. But yeah, that works. No problem.
I think this was that page.
Yes, tropical. Well, right there, a tropical upper tropospheric trough. Tended westerly shear.
Yeah, it's interesting. I bet you it would have some effect. What and how, I don't know. But that's an interesting one.
Well, like they said, if it's reflective, we'll have some interesting ducting. We could be talking to somebody in Maine and then talk to somebody in Afghanistan. Hopefully not, but bouncing does weird stuff.
Satellite.
Huh.
Old Google.
Yeah, nothing's really popping out. Because that is a good question. Yeah, I don't see anything directly addressing that. Which means it may not be that big of a thing. Normally, if something's a thing, it comes right up. Oh well. All right. Does anybody have anything else?
We'll do research for next week.
Yeah, there we go. Research for next week. All right. Well, this weekend I'm going to be working around the shack. I'm going to be working with my antenna and trying to get some of that kind of stuff done so that I can work on my computer when that stuff starts arriving next week. I'll have the WatchNet frequency up all weekend if you guys want to give me a shout at some point. And yeah, I'm looking forward to relaxing for a day or so too. I'll tell you, I'm just worn out today. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm just like completely worn out, just out of it.
Start at 4:30 a.m. I think I'd be too.
Well, it's a split shift, which I hate because you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to get there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to start getting the weather and the traffic and getting everything put in and getting connected to the remote site and doing all the testing and everything. And so, I mean, 4 o'clock comes early, and then by the time I get out of there and get home, it's 9:30 in the morning. And then I only had till 2 o'clock to turn around and get that newsletter out and get everything set up for this broadcast tonight and all the links and everything. And then I turned around and went right back to work again. So it's just been... Luckily, Trey came in tonight, and we recorded up a bunch of stuff so I could get out early, but... All right, it is a little early. I hate to call it. If anybody has anything else, we'll hang out for a few more minutes. Does anybody have anything else?
I have nothing else right now. So.
All right.
Go to bed, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm going straight to bed. I still got to get up in the morning and edit a show that airs at 11 a.m. I still have to get up and edit a show and put it in before it airs at 11 a.m. in the morning. So. Yeah. And then, but after that, my weekend gets really quiet after that. I'm going to just work around here, and I want to get that hex beam up. It's killing me that hex beam's not up.
Yeah.
I've had it for what, 4 months, 5 months now or something.
It's like I had mine forever before I actually got the thing up. I ordered it in November. And then,
I mean, I put it all together the day I got it, and it's just, I've been using it. Hell, yeah. I think I've made 4,000 contacts on it.
Oh, yeah.
But I need to get it up where it belongs. I think it's going to work a lot better up there.
How high are you going to put it up?
It's going to be at about 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Because mine's about 22, 23, I think. Well, you know how high it is. You help put it up.
Yeah. Well, my tower's 20 feet.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the pole. I'm trying to get a 10-foot pole for it. And it'll go on top of that, so it should be about 28 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, because I think a foot of that pipe goes down inside the receiver. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I'm wanting to get it up there and get everything put up and be done.
Well, I did the entire 13 colonies event this last week, all running 5 watts with the hex beam. It's all QRP, LCW, including the station in France. I didn't get the one in Britain, but I got the one in France.
Yeah, well, the word has it that the one in Britain was never there. So
no, I worked him.
You did work him.
I
he
worked
wasn't
him.
playing hooky the whole time. But I
Yeah,
didn't.
no, they were there. They were on CW. They were on SSB. They were on FT8 as well.
They had some problems with some lids and things like that. So
they did. They had a lot of. Well, for some reason or other, I don't know.
Some people don't understand up 1, up 5, and stuff like that. So, you know, they don't know how to operate.
Well, they had other problems as well. They had some interference from, I don't know, local people.
Yeah.
Being arsey, and, you know, they're not. Unfortunately, Trump internationally didn't do us a lot of favors in some countries, and England's one of them. And they kind of get some, you know, it's like, just like here, it's like 1% of 1% of 1%, you know, such a minority, but they make such a frigging pain of themselves, you know?
Yeah. That's right.
I'm very surprised to hear politics even enter into something like that. But
Well, yeah, that's the trouble. Well, it
I
doesn't
mean,
normally.
I answer Russian stations and I answer Ukraine stations. It's amateur radio.
Yeah, I haven't heard any Ukraine stations. Have you?
I've gotten, I think, 3 or 4 since the war started.
Yeah, no, I know they were barred for a while.
I think they still are, but yeah.
So they are, okay. I know they were barred for a month. I don't know if they extended it from that.
I have no idea.
Because they've got the same problems. I mean, they've got actually people who are in favor of what's going on in Ukraine, and they're kind of internal spies. So I understand. I don't know. You know, you get all sorts of, you don't know what to believe half the time, do you? I've got an idea for something you might want to, if you feel there's enough room for it.
Okay.
Ian, is a talk on how to use ManyCam.
Oh, okay. I'd love to do that.
Okay, I'd love to watch it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably too late and too tired tonight, but.
Oh no, not now. No, I'm too tired. I got to get up early as well. But no, maybe if you're short 1 week, you got. I mean, I've got my ManyCam going, as you can see, but it's not doing everything I'd like to do, and I'd just like to have a little tutorial running through it. I can't find a tutorial on YouTube, but I may be looking in the wrong place.
Really? Oh.
My YouTube is playing up. Well, I'm not a YouTube member, and I think that eliminates me from a lot of things. They want you to be.
I have 32 Google accounts. We'll just create. What you do is just create a Google account with your call sign and just use that for your amateur radio stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what I might do because
I mean, your YouTube account and your Gmail account are the same thing.
Yeah.
If you've got a Gmail account, all you have to do is go to YouTube with that Gmail account and create a channel.
Yeah, well, that's what I've not done. I haven't created a channel. So I just watch stuff, and I think that's where I'm losing out. I need to create a channel. And I wouldn't mind because I want to do a couple of videos. I've got a couple of ideas. So I wouldn't mind putting a couple of things up.
Night, y'all. I'm out.
Okay.
All right, Chris.
Okay,
Hopefully we'll
cheers,
see you
Chris.
next week, man. Have a good one. Have a good weekend.
Later.
Later.
Cheers, Chris. Yeah, I'd like to put. I'll start a channel. You're right. I must do that, and I think that's why I miss out on. I get the high volume stuff, but trying to search for something a little obscure, I don't seem to find it.
With YouTube, you have to use your search filtering. It's so important. I pull that filter down and change that filter constantly. I search for things like most recent upload. See, it automatically comes set on relevance, and I don't like relevance. I either want to see by most views, or if I want to see something new, I want to see uploaded most recent upload. So how you're searching is real important.
So where's the sets for that?
Explore. Here, I'll show you. Let me go back over here and I'll show you real quick here. All right, you're on your YouTube channel and you're going to search for something. So let's say we're going to search for ham radios. Okay. Now, once you get to here, see this filter button? That's the most important button you'll ever run into. You click that and it gives you all these different options. When was it uploaded? Last hour, today, this week, last month, last year?
Wow,
video or a channel or a playlist or a movie. Under 4 minutes, 4 to 20 minutes, over 20 minutes, live, 4K, HD. I use the live a lot if I'm looking for something that's live. And then this is the one I use the most to try to find
relevance.
Things. Yeah, it's set on relevance, and I find upload date and view count to be more useful a lot of times. If I'm looking for a real popular thing, if I'm looking for the video that has the most views for a certain topic, you click view count. If you're looking for the newest video on a topic, you would click upload date. Like if you're looking for new videos on a certain kind of antenna, you can go in once a week and search for that antenna and then click upload date, and it will show you any videos uploaded, in reverse or in the order they were uploaded, basically reverse order. The current one at the top, and then working your way back in time as you go down. And that's how I keep track of things. Like if I'm watching a certain guy or a certain topic or a certain thing or a certain product, I can stick it in there and search by upload date and see anything new that's been uploaded.
Yeah, okay. So do you find any advantage? Because I keep getting this YouTube subscription thing, and it says free for a month, but it doesn't tell you how much it costs.
Yeah, that's YouTube TV. You don't need that.
Oh, okay.
No, that's another service. Look, everybody's offering TV now. Hell, I think we should be offering some kind of TV at this point. It just seems to be the thing now that everybody's trying to get into this subscription TV thing. It started with Netflix, and now it's turned into Paramount Plus and all this other stuff. I don't really like where it's all going, because we're eventually going to get into the point where if you want to watch something, you're going to pay for it. That's where we're going to end up. Now, luckily, most of what I want to watch is still free. I'm paying for Paramount Plus. I'm going to be canceling it this month. Because we've watched it now for a while, and the new Star Trek I'm watching is over for now, and so I'm going to cancel it for a while. I don't stay on these services just for a little while, and I get back off of them again.
Yeah, I like Prime because I also use it for the shipping, and we get the Prime guy come to our house every day, even if we don't buy anything. He just checks that we're still okay. My wife buys everything from Prime, but we get free shipping and we pay for it. I mean, it's $120 now, but it used to be 80. But I quite like the.
No, I never actually have TV, Prime. So. I'm Prime, and we have Prime, I think, in one or two of the TVs, but there's nothing on there we like.
Oh, I
couldn't really find much on Amazon Prime. We had one other one. We had Hulu for a while. And I had them because Stargate was on there. They had all three series on there, and so I had Hulu. But once they got rid of that, I got rid of them. And I had another one for a little while. I'm trying to think of it.
There was a great show on Prime called Tin Star. I really enjoyed that, but there's a couple of things, like Breaking Bad was really, really good. What was that, Netflix? I don't know.
I don't even remember anymore.
No, I don't watch TV that much. Well, at all, to be honest. I watched Formula One racing, and that's it.
I watch mostly YouTube videos of specifically what I'm looking for. I don't do any just watching TV. I don't just sit and surf TV. I like to come out and do stuff.
Yeah, me too. And I gave up watching the news a long time ago now, probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, probably.
Yeah, I've learned that you can't just turn on news and watch it. That doesn't give you the complete picture of what's going on out there. You have to... you literally have to go and read it yourself from different sources to see.
Yeah, you've got to use two or three different sources, because and the spin they put on it. You watch, if you read like BBC, CNN, and Google News are three. They're not exclusively the ones I watch, but those three they put completely different spins.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox. Yeah, those four are basically what I watch, mostly for news items. But it's unbelievable. Sometimes the stories are not even close.
Well, and I'll tell you, with CNN, the Communist News Network, and MSLSD, with those two there, their lie is the lie of omission.
Yeah.
They won't even, I've been doing a survey at work for the last 2 months, over 2 months, every single day at 4 o'clock, I go to CNN's website, refresh the website, and then I search for the word Trump, and I search for the word Biden. And each day I see which of the two words are more prevalent on the CNN website. And with a man that's now been gone out of office for 18 months,
Yeah.
and another man that's still in office and ruining everything, they mention Trump twice as often as they mention Biden on their front page.
Yeah.
And because it's the lie of omission,
Yeah.
we don't like it, so we're just not going to talk about it. We're not going to lie about it. We're just not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, if you go on to CNN's website and search for Hunter Biden,
Oh yeah.
the word never comes up anywhere on their website. They don't cover that story.
No,
not
it
covered.
doesn't exist. Yeah.
It's, if it doesn't fit the propaganda narrative, it
Right.
doesn't air.
And it's the lie of omission. And I'm not saying that they all don't do it. They all do it to a degree.
Yeah.
I will tell you, you know, you can say Fox is on the right, CNN's on the left, and I would agree with you. But I will tell you, you will see both sides on Fox more often.
That's right.
I'm not apologizing for them. I'm just saying you will see. My mom told me the other day, she was like, well, it was a while back. She said, you know, she goes, what's weird about it is when I go to CNN, they all agree with each other. And when I go to Fox, they're all arguing with each other. And I said, well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's not get into all that.
No. It's
but
all,
anyway,
and I'll tell you, it's really interesting, and the way people look at it from outside of the US. You know, like at the moment, you know, I speak to a couple of friends. Well, one of my friends is in Texas at the moment from the UK, and he's come in here, and I've been talking to him quite regularly, you know, because he's working out stuff and whatever. He's retired. But basically, he's saying, you know, a lot about this, you know, the insurrection on the 6th. He said, you know, what are the Democrats trying to do? You know, he doesn't understand. He said, like, you know, you look at it from outside of the place.
We don't understand it either.
No,
and that's what I said. I said, you know, it's like, well, I don't know. And he said they keep mentioning winning, and I'm thinking, yeah, well, what are they trying to win? You know, and it's like, it's. I think what it is they're trying to, without getting too political, are they trying to take our eye off the ball? Off of a different ball.
Yeah, I think
well,
so.
I'll tell you what, since we're done talking about tech, let's just go ahead and end the YouTube portion of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're done anyway. Yeah, so everybody on YouTube, we'll talk to you later. We're getting into politics, so it's time to go. But we'll see you guys next week. I don't know where my menu went.
Yeah,
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, my Chinese restaurant menu's gone. That's weird. I have no Zoom menu.
I run two screens, and that's really confusing to Zoom. I lost my menu